I'd like to take a moment to personally thank Julie and David Blanton for making this day possible, Nancy and Gary Francis, Nancy and Gary Francis for raising such a great man, and all of you for being part of this special celebration. In preparation for this event, I won't deny that I Googled it. One specific that I continue to come across was not to talk about the groom's exes. I guess then that I'm fortunate it's a non-issue. John doesn't have any. I met John early in my San Diego years. He was the step-uncle to Jenny, who was the first person I met in 2000. Back then, terms like mandate, mancation, and bromance were not part of common vernacular. So, when Jenny set us up on a mandate, neither of us knew that someday we'd jokingly refer to each other as hetero life mates. All kidding aside, I never had a brother, so in no uncertain terms, John Francis is my brother, even from a different mother. And I can't forget Christy. Christy, I love you too. You're a great sister. After several years, it became fairly obvious that John and I were failing miserably at dating. I can't single out the exact afternoon barbecue when the discussion was had, but I do know that a sudden and unanimous decision was the result. We needed us some Southern girls. Flash forward, and John just married a North Carolinian, and I'm engaged to a wonderful woman from Alabama. Both coincidentally graduated from NC State. Go Wolfpack. Now, you really have to think two things for this match. Not people so much, but things. Cars, and the now outdated social networking site MySpace. Without them, these two would have never had a first date. If you know John long enough, you come to notice some habits, and perhaps the scariest phone call you can get from him is, "Mike, I'm at the car dealership." I've had quite a few of these calls. A day or so after this particular call, John went in to finance his new car purchase at the credit union and noticed Kat. And really, that's when the whole story could have ended. The likelihood that John would have conducted anything other than business talks with Kat were slim at best. Which brings us to MySpace. For those of you who know Kat well, I'm sure you've noticed she's a fan of social networking. The sequence of events between John's car purchase and date number one involves some self-admitted cyber-stalking by Kat. If she wouldn't have friended John, monitored his every move, and sent him messages, he may not have spent a month considering asking her out. So thank you, MySpace and BMW. I heard that Kat and John had very impressive scores on their pre-ceremony compatibility test, and I can't say that I'm at all surprised. Any two people who would forfeit a comfortable bed to sleep on the floor with their dogs, or sometimes even share a dog bed on the floor with their dogs, seems like a perfect match to me. Marriage isn't about finding a person you can live with, it's about finding the person you can't live without. My friend has found that person. So if you'll all raise a glass. Here's to a lifetime of happiness and love to my brother John and my new sister Kat. I love you guys. Say
Thank you very much, Mike. And now we have our maid of honor, Robin Silva.
Nice considering look bad after that. Well, Kat's an amazing friend. I feel so happy to have her in my life. And after meeting all of her relatives and friends from the East Coast, I see what made her so amazing. And I'm happy for all of them, encouraging her to come to California so that I can meet her and have her as my friend and share her with all of you. And also giving her the opportunity to meet John. John's an amazing guy, and as a friend, all I could ever ask for any of my girlfriends is to find somebody as kind and courageous and wonderful as John. I'm so happy that I never have to worry about Kat's happiness again because she's found John. So here's to John and Kat. I feel blessed to have you as my friends.
Thank you very much, Robin. Well, before we begin dancing this evening, John and Kat are going to cut their cake. So we're actually going to have them head on over to their cake table here.